Man murdered by wife and stepchildren in Sisaket as police probe motive linked to a recent inheritance. A gruesome crime unfolds in Sisaket, Thailand, as police unearth the brutal murder of a wealthy businessman, Sathaporn Chinkhamphanao. His wife and stepchildren orchestrated a horrifying deed, driven by greed for wealth and resentment. The family's shocking confession to police revealed a planned conspiracy to stab Mr Sathaporn in his sleep. Traces of blood on vehicles implicated in the crime proved pivotal in cracking the case. Sisaket in northeastern Thailand is coming to terms with a brutal homicide that was unearthed on Saturday following the discovery of the body of a local businessman under suspicious circumstances and the breakdown under police questioning of his wife and the victim's stepchildren, who took part in what appeared to be a premeditated conspiracy to murder the victim for his wealth and out of pique because of his arrogant behavior towards them. 21-year-old Mr Sathaporn, the stepson of the accused, shows police investigators where he disposed of the body of the 48-year-old at a local creek. The young man, along with the victim's wife, 51-year-old Ms. Sathaporn, right, his mother and his sister 25-year-old, Ms. Sathaporn, are all charged with premeditated murder. In a shocking and gruesome story from the relatively poor Sisaket province in lower northeastern Thailand, comes the story of a mother, daughter, and son who have been arrested for orchestrating the brutal murder of a wealthy stepfather. The businessman, who was estranged from his own family and daughter, reportedly had just inherited millions of baht from his mother. The chilling crime unfolded in the quiet municipality of Sisaket, the capital of the province, leaving the community there in disbelief. Remains of businessmen found with stab wounds on Saturday morning at a local body of water where it had been dumped by his family after he was murdered. On the morning of Saturday, December 9, 2023, police were alerted to a chilling discovery: the lifeless body of 48-year-old Sathaporn Chinkhamphanao, a prosperous bus business owner, found floating near a bridge over Head Creek in the Sam subdistrict. Police investigators revealed a horrifying spectacle: the body of Mr. Sathaporn with stab wounds on the neck and under his breasts. The crime scene was later located by police at house number 75 in village No. 5, Phonkas Subdistrict, Mueang District, Sisaket Province. The police investigation took a twisted turn when family members were brought in for questioning. 51-year-old Ms. Sathaporn, the wife of the deceased, 25-year-old Ms. Sathaporn, stepdaughter, and 21-year-old Mr. Sathaporn, stepson, were interrogated. The discovery of a motorcycle and sedan stained with what appeared to be blood raised suspicion, leading to a thorough examination. Accused stepson tried to implicate a friend, a 21-year-old man who was injured in the incident and had to be treated in hospital for a hand wound. Police later had Mr. Sathaporn lead them to the location where the murder weapon was disposed of, unraveling the web of deceit and betrayal. In another twist to the family murder saga, Sathaporn, the accused stepson of the deceased, dropped a bombshell, implicating his friend, a certain Mr. Sathaporn, also in the crime. The 21-year-old friend sustained injuries during the murder as it unfolded, having been stabbed in the hand. Despite being rushed to Sisaket Hospital for treatment by Sathaporn, Sathaporn vehemently denies any involvement, insisting his hand wound occurred while aiding the deceased. Murder trio from the same family then gave police a chilling description of how they heartlessly murdered Mr. Sathaporn in his bed while he was asleep. As the truth unraveled itself before investigators, Ms. Sathaporn and Ms. Sathaporn confessed to their participation in the murder, revealing that the body was callously dumped near the crime scene. The heinous crime was carried out with ruthless precision. Previously, police were told the daughter sat on the victim, pinning him down, while the son and his friend held the victim's hands, all joining forces to stab the wealthy stepfather to death as he slept. Afterwards, the body was callously disposed of in the back of a red Nissan sedan, driven from the crime scene, and thrown into the water to conceal the crime. Blood on wheels, police uncover grisly evidence in family murder that broke the case from two vehicles used by the deceased man's new family. The breakthrough was made in the gruesome family murder case as investigators stumbled upon chilling evidence. Traces of blood, resembling crime scene stains, were discovered on vehicles used by the accused family. Significantly, during a thorough inspection of the crime scene, a red Honda Click motorcycle, registration No. 2KW 9524, from Nakhon Ratchasima, and a red Nissan Almera sedan, registration No. 9204, from Sisaket, raised suspicions. The initial examination revealed disturbing red water stains, mirroring blood splatter. Furthermore, the discovery didn't end there. A 5-foot blue mattress, stained with red marks resembling blood, was also seized for closer scrutiny. As investigators delved into the details with the family, the haunting evidence found on these vehicles proved to be the key to unlocking the sinister secrets behind what was a heinous crime. Accused told police officers of a darker side to the murdered man who they claimed was verbally abusive to them when intoxicated, causing them to hate. At length, the accused offered a chilling motive, claiming that the deceased's penchant for alcohol-fueled arguments and verbal abuse triggered deep-seated resentment. The fateful night unfolded after the stepfather returned home intoxicated, becoming the catalyst for the gruesome murder that claimed his life. Amid the horror, the murdered man's biological daughter, Ms. Chinkhamphanao, panic, expressed shock and disbelief. Suspecting foul play, she revealed that the deceased's new wife had sought her phone number from an acquaintance, hinting at suspicious behavior before the murder. Ms. Chinkhamphanao had not been on speaking terms with her father or his new family, it is understood. However, she, at the same time, vehemently dismissed claims of her father's abusive behavior, asserting his recent inheritance as a possible motive for the sinister plot. Mother, son and daughter charged with premeditated murder and face the death penalty if found guilty by the court. Police instigate legal proceedings. Investigators are understood to be delving deeper into the motives behind the murder. The accused now face charges of intentional murder and concealing a corpse, with an ongoing investigation at Muang Sisaket police station where the three were being held on Sunday as legal proceedings are initiated before being brought before the provincial court and later transferred to prison. They could face the death penalty. As disturbing details continue to emerge, the town's locals have been left reeling from the chilling reality of a family conspiracy driven by greed and resentment. Daughter defends slain father as polite and generous. In a further revelation, Ms. Chinkhamphanao, 22, the biological daughter of the deceased, passionately defended her father's character on Sunday amidst the shocking murder case. Speaking to reporters, Chinkhamphanao expresses disbelief over her father's tragic death, challenging the portrayal of him as an abusive figure. She refuted claims made by her stepmother, instead highlighting her father's polite nature and generosity, emphasizing how he always acquiesced to his new wife's desires. Expressing suspicion about the circumstances surrounding her father's death, Chinkhamphanao reiterated attempts by the stepmother to contact older acquaintances just before he was killed, further deepening the mystery. The deceased's body is set to return to Nakhon Ratchasima for a solemn cremation ceremony, leaving authorities to delve into and make sense of the tangled web of familial strife and inheritance that may have led to the deadly sequence of events.